All right, so here we are live. I guess it's live but recorded. Another Omega Cast. Sitting here laying back in my nice, cool Michigan basement. I'm actually laying on a couch right now. So everybody take a good visual. I'm laying on a couch. I'm sitting here relaxing, going through my woosah moment. So thanks everybody for joining and listening to this episode of Omega Cast. Remember to pick up your Omega Strength gear at www.omegastrength.us. Follow us on Instagram at Omega Strength Apparel. Also Omega Strength on Instagram for our training side of things, and then on Facebook at Omega Strength. And tonight we have the honor and a great opportunity to speak with none other than Mr. Chad Clark, better known as what's your call name on Instagram?
Lifter Thrower.
Lifter Thrower, yeah, daggone it. Sorry about that. But tonight we've got Chad with us, and thanks, Chad, for joining us.
Yeah, man, thank you, Chris.
So, let me bring my notes up here, my list of questions. So, and my questions are gone. Okay. Well, I think the first question I was going to ask, I don't know why they're gone. Anyway, I won't dwell over it. But my list of questions, one of the questions I was going to ask you was, tell us about your record collection, because I saw something on that today, I believe it was, and I was like, record collection, I love them.
Chris, I'm never going to have any money in life, man. There's too many records out there to buy.
Well, man, so. At least you accept that fact now at this point in life, that you're never going to have money.
Have anything, man. But I will have a great record collection.
So,
but I mean, I've always loved music, man. So it's like, it's one of those things. Now it's like I'm going back and buying a lot of the albums I had. You know, when I was a kid, and maybe like trade away for something else. And granted, it's a very eclectic collection.
Okay.
not your typical record collection.
Okay. Well, I saw the Scottish music, I think, was the record you posted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right on.
From the 1972 Edinburgh Tattoo.
Okay.
So I got into collecting those records, but I'm a huge Motorhead fan. You know, so I've always, collected their stuff over the years. And then, as a kid, I probably had different growing up from a lot of people that are in the string sports field. I wasn't playing sports. I was a sponsored skateboarder as a kid. And,
what?
It was, sponsored skateboarder. And, so my life pretty much revolved around, skating, going to punk rock and hardcore shows, and a lot of those records are the ones now I'm going back, to pick up and stuff and buy. So
right, okay.
I never really have grown up, so that's a good thing. I'm proud of that.
Yeah. Embrace it. Yeah.
I'm embracing it.
And when I hear people say record collections, I automatically go to Rolling Stones and Beach Boys, maybe.
No, nothing like that at all. Lots of Sabbath.
Okay,
lots of
cool.
Motorhead. Lots of obscure I went to visit Scotland a while back, and one of my good friends was studying at the Piping Institute there.
Okay.
And I walked into this one room, and it's their library. And I'm like, oh, this is neat. And you see all these books and manuals and history things, and then there's this wall of records. I was like, I should have never seen that. I'm doomed.
Can't be unseen.
Yeah. So that I was like, oh wow, and students were just coming in and going to little cubicles.
Yeah.
Where they had turntables and stuff and listening. I'm like, man, that's just the neatest thing. So. Oh
yeah.
So I just started on that endeavor.
Well, and it's funny sitting here talking about that. My grandfather, he just passed away in September of 2017. He, after World War II in Korea, he ended up going to work for RCA.
Oh wow!
And the man always had glimpses of technology that people now take for granted. So, growing up, he told my mom one point in time that someday Terry, which is my mom's name, you're going to be able to have a TV no thicker than an encyclopedia book hanging on your wall. And my mom just thought he was nuts. And this is, the 50s.
Yeah, yeah.
And, and little did we know that even in the 50s and 60s, they were still in the process at the stages of developing like compact discs and things like that in MP3 format. But he had built my mom her own turntable and speaker cabinet that she still has when she was in high school. And, boy, it's just a solid piece that still functions. And they don't have a huge record collection, but she still has a lot of their older records that I grew up with, And, talk about eclectic, some of the Christmas albums they have, I'm like going, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I saw that, I thought that was pretty cool because I was heartbroken when I ended up separating from my ex-wife. I had records that I had grown up with as I was a kid, but these were records from like Star Wars and Walt Disney, like in the 1970s, put out a haunted house record. But my grandfather had given me an LP, and that's what they're called, kids. They're called LPs.
Long playing.
Yeah, long playing. And if you've never had the joy of messing with the speed on record players, you're missing out, Nothing like setting it to a 45 to a 33 to But he had given me a record that actually had a picture embossed in it that had Darth Vader and R2-D2 and C-3PO, and those are gone. I have no idea where they are. I lost those like probably 2 years ago. And I'd had them all my life, so someday I hope to find them, one way, shape, or form.
I could tell you a website to go to, but then you two would be broke, and then Becky would be mad at me. So I'm not going to do that.
Oh shoot! But yeah, so have you seen prices of today's records? Have you seen they've made a comeback a little bit?
It's crazy, man.
Walmart had a section, and I saw the prices, and I was like going, oh, I didn't even pay this much for a CD when they were brand new.
Yeah. The price is a little crazy and stuff, but it's like, okay, once you have that addiction, it's kind of like you'll kind of pay whatever.
Yeah, well, and people argue, but the sound quality is just that much better.
And it's just there's something cool, when the needle hits the vinyl.
Yeah.
And you hear that first little crackle and pop. You're like, oh, yeah. Amen.
So, you said you like music. Now, do you play an instrument at all?
No, if I did, I'd get nothing done. I guess I'm fortunate that I have no musical talent.
That you're aware of. Maybe you should try to find one, Chad. Shoot. What? I mean, do you sing in the shower? I mean, everybody's an opera star in the shower, Chad.
I'll probably jam out pretty hard all by myself. Yeah.
There you go. Oh. But yeah, so I was looking through because you and I we haven't really known each other that long. In fact, I was only introduced to you through Becky at late 2017.
Yeah.
And so, when I get into an interview like this, and I don't have a lot of rapport or history with somebody, I try to go back through social media and do my research and look up criminal history or anything I could dig up on somebody. And I hadn't found anything yet. So, so you're either covering it really well. But anyway, my point is,
it was all done as a juvenile, Chris.
Yeah. Well, now according
actually, believe it or not, I did go to juvie court a bunch. But
well, you were a skater.
But it was for skateboarding, so it's like how big of a
that
was my criminal background.
You were a public nuisance.
Yeah.
I always envied people that could skate because I get on a skateboard. Anything that has wheels that does not have a steering wheel attached, I'm screwed.
Well, I lost all that talent as I aged. I can tell you that. Because now I would be screwed too.
Oh, I my youngest daughter wants to roller skate like nobody's business, and I can't teach her because I don't know how to do it. I can ice skate, but you put a set of wheels on that sucker, nope, I'm screwed. I'm done. I just lay down on the ground and cry. So, 2017 was a pretty big year for you, wasn't it? I mean, with 2017, 2018 with Maz wrestling, and then of course you getting married.
Yeah, that's a pretty big event.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to overshadow that with anything, but I enjoyed looking back and seeing some of the photos that you had posted of it.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great time, man.
Yeah.
It was nice just having, surrounded by close friends and stuff, man.
Yeah.
So it was very cool.
So and everything's working out well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a, much like yourself, we're very lucky men.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to my wife for putting up with me and tolerating me for these years, and always being my biggest fan supporter, man. That means everything. When that person is with you and backs you. This may sound cliche and stuff, but I sincerely feel that way. People talk about, well, once you get married, this, that, and the other. I really thought like nothing would change, but everything changed. Like I'd never felt like had that feeling before of like, man, this person is totally in it to win it, so to speak, or where with me.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, man, I never really had that feeling before and stuff. So
you're right, and it's not cliche whatsoever. There is a comfort in having that person that is going to be in your corner and be with you when you set out to do something difficult, or not judge you when you set out to do something difficult. And so, there's nothing cliche about that, and it's a feeling that if somebody has never truly had it or experienced it, I feel bad for them. I really do.
Yeah, I guess I said cliche. Maybe I should say it's like most like understated or thing ever, or the fact that hey, if people out there, if they don't have that feeling, I'm very fortunate that I do. So
yeah, and you're right. I feel blessed too in that aspect. So we're not married, so but it was funny when we were at the official games in December. Aaron West kept telling everybody to stop by the Omega booth and see Becky and her husband Chris. and I looked at Kiki Johnson and I said, "What did he just say that we were married?" She goes, "Yeah, are you married?" And I'm like, "No, she won't have me." So, oh.
I know you had a good time with that, man. Kiki and Egg are the coolest people, man.
Yeah, they really are, and that was a fun experience to interact with them all weekend long, and him remotely, because I know he was chomping at the bit and biting his tongue a few times. So, but let's get to the nuts and bolts of everything. So you said something that kind of piqued my interest earlier, was that you weren't athletic, or you didn't do a lot of sports when you were growing up. You were a skater guy. So how has your journey transpired to now that you're a guy in the strength community that seems like a lot of people know?
Well, I guess I'm lucky like that.
Yeah, it's a curse and a blessing.
Here's the odd thing. Yes, they're exactly on like opposite ends of the spectrum, but they're the exact same thing. And I did play sports as a kid. I mean, I played like rec league soccer and stuff like that. It's just once I got to the high school level, I just wasn't into like the whole like team sports thing.
Okay.
But with skateboarding, it gave me something. I don't even know how to put it, Chris. I learned so much from that about just being on your own, and like if you want to be good, you have to be willing to put in so much time. Same way with strength sports. You have to put in, like, just say like Highland Games. You don't just walk out into a field and become good. It's thousands upon thousands and thousands upon throws.
Uh-huh.
With skateboarding, in order to get to the level to get sponsored that I was at, it was literally sitting in a parking lot practicing a trick for hours and hours on end. So I kind of learned like that stick-to-itiveness from skateboarding, And then also I got to travel a lot around the USA with that.
Okay.